everybody, welcome. My name is Chrissy and today I'm going to be giving you a prediction reading for the 1st of July. Now, I have done one early this morning, but I just wanted to do an update because there's a lot of information coming through. If you are new to my channel, I do pretty much predictions just on the current global energies, and I also focus a lot on the Great Awakening process, which is currently happening on a very large scale. So I will close my eyes and we'll just get started and see what comes up. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and hit the like buttons too. That helps a lot. Keep these messages going around. Now I'm getting the hammer coming down. So they're showing me legal matters. So this is like the judge banging his hammer in the court. It's like the final verdict. So, you know, when the jury goes out and they decide if somebody's guilty or not guilty, then they come back and the judge makes his ruling. Well, that's what I'm getting. The hammer's coming down. And I feel like this is around a lot of legalities to do with the CV virus. I talked the other week about these truth movements that are happening globally, and I really believe that they are. People are getting together, supporting each other, and there's a lot of legal movements going forward. We know about some of the American military information that's come out, and they've started legal proceedings with some of these. With the myocarditis had gone through the roof. I think it had grown by like 60%. So I'm getting this is globally. People are coming together. People who've lost jobs, people who've lost businesses, people who've gone under, people who are seriously injured from some of these vaccine injuries. This is definitely growing. They're banding together and they're supporting each other, and I'm getting that hammer coming down. And I really believe that some of these legal cases are going to have real wins. It's going to be like, to me, a real turning point. That the legalities are going to also help to wake people up, because they're going to realize that these things did happen, that there's been a lot of injustice along the way. Gosh, look at all the information and the data that's coming out now around the jab. We know that a lot of people were mandated and coerced and forced to take something, and they weren't given a choice. And now it's coming out that there have been a huge amount of side effects. And not only that, like I've already said it before, but as time goes by, there's going to be more and more things evolving. Gosh, how many people have had shingles, myocarditis, blood clots has become the normal thing. Someone on here was talking the other day about diabetes is on the rise now. And it's like that's all becoming normalized. People are just like accepting that. It's very, very strange. But this is what I'm getting. I'm getting that hammer dropping around the legalities. So I do feel that there's going to be a few wins coming to fruition very soon. Fingers crossed that there's a lot more of these happening, because it's not easy. We've actually got a senator here in Queensland in Australia, Senator Rennick, I think his name is, and he's absolutely brilliant. He's been interviewing people for probably, I'd say, 6 months to a year with all the things they've gone through, and he's very, very organised. He's got a lot of facts together, so I'm definitely seeing a lot of legal activity regarding the CV jabs. There's definitely a lot of that today. That's huge, actually. It's almost showing it in a neon sign. Oh, what's on this neon sign? It's got CV jabs, and it's got the thumbs on the sides going down, meaning bad. Meaning bad. And it's in neon lights flashing like CV jabs. Oh, the gods, honestly. So that's what I'm getting. There's a lot of these legalities, and I think there's going to be a lot of wins, because now the proof is there, the data and the proof is there. People should never have been coerced to take these things. I'll just see where else we go with this today. Now they're giving me that someone's looking through the looking glass. Now, when you think of a looking glass, it's very, very magnetized. It enlarges. So someone is looking through the looking glass. Okay, and I'm getting that this is the people who have not looked through the looking glass. So this is people who have not looked through their magnifying glasses to find out the truth. They're now looking to find out the truth. They were too scared before. A lot of these people waking up, and these people who have been getting jabbed and following the narrative and being good little soldiers and doing as they're told by government, they're looking through the looking glass. their curiosity has got the better of them now, because it is starting to make sense. Now, our current Australian leader, Anthony Albanese, that I've told you about, is a bit of a follower. He's not a leader. And he's currently over in Spain, I think it is, meeting with all the reset leaders. And now it's starting to look very obvious, because he's had a meeting with Trudeau from Canada. For all you people out there, you'll see him meeting with Trudeau. And there's a lot of this sort of organising and planning of the global agenda, which is now starting to highlight to these people who have had their eyes closed for 2.5 years. They're starting to peek through the looking glass. Now, they're not going to let any of us know that they're starting to look, but I can tell you now they're starting to look. And this could even be some of the ones that are in the really deep mass psychosis. It's not feeling right. We know the people waking up are really looking. I talked about them looking at their crime investigation boards and trying to figure all this out. But I feel like these are the people now starting to look through the looking glass, because they're starting to realise, hang on, I think the conspiracies are right and they're coming to fruition. But they're never going to tell anybody that, but their curiosity has got the better of them, and now they're starting to look through the looking glass. Oh, that would be so good, isn't it? If they actually start to see the truth. Because they all thought it was false information. They were told it's all misinformation, false information, none of this is real. And they believed it. Government told them that. Mainstream media told them that. But now they're being sneaky and they're looking through the looking glass, because they're starting to know better that something isn't right. Oh, that's great, isn't it? Oh, this is fantastic. I'll see what else we get today. Gosh, this is the people waking up. They're wanting to speak out publicly. People are wanting to have their voices. They are getting desperate now, and they're going to start taking desperate measures. Oh gosh, I hope they do. I hope they stand up. But they're saying that they're really wanting to have their say in their voices now. As much as they might have voted for their government leaders, this is globally, they realise the mistakes, and that the mistakes they might have made. Oh gosh, fingers crossed it's not too late. But I do feel that these people waking up are really wanting to have their say. I would actually think that they're probably going through their moments now, as we did on this channel, where their throats are jamming up. They're probably going, and actually it's funny, because I talked to a girl at the gym today who had the CV virus, and she said she can't get rid of the scratch in her throat and her sore throat, and she was going and if you remember when I first started doing my videos a lot, I talked a lot about us all having those jammed throat. We don't really have them anymore. If you guys have noticed, that we've managed to find a way to clear our voices and our throats, and we've freed a lot of that energy up that was jammed up in our throat about not being able to speak our truths. We've moved through all that, but I do feel the awakening process now for these people is they want to have their say. They want to stand up now and say, what the hell is going on here? And it's like I said in my video yesterday, I think it was, where they had their hands on their heads and they're saying to government, what the hell are you doing to us? What is going on? This is what they want to do. They want to do this. They want to get stuff out. So they're going through, you might find it. Let me know if you've noticed anybody who's got that scratch in their throat, because we've pretty much released that now. That scratch is that tightness in the body, but it's also not being able to have your say and being jammed up vocally and like verbally. So I do feel these ones waking up, that they're also going through that part of the process now, where they're needing to find their voice and be heard. They're needing to be heard. That's why I think we're going to find a lot more people standing up. This week we've had every protest under the sun here in Australia, seriously. Well, in New South Wales and Victoria, we certainly have. They've stood up about everything. So they are trying to be heard. Not us. We're not in these battles anymore. I still talk about that. If you're watching my channel, you're pretty much already woken up to all the lies and deception and what's been going on in the media, mainstream media, and how government has been lying and deceiving people for a couple of years now, and how this has all been fairly much a planned out agenda, very cleverly, mind you. So I'm definitely getting that. They're struggling now with their jammed up throats. I'll see what else we get today. They're just showing me, again, I'm getting these like peaceful chimes. in our world, we've created this world here on this channel. If you are new, and for most of us out there, we've created this world here called Terra Bella, which is beautiful earth. And it's a place that we go to re-strengthen ourselves, to nourish our soul. And this is why the guides are showing me like the wind chimes. It's a very soft sound. It's blowing in the wind. And what it's saying to me is it's that vibration. So we've found this peaceful, comforting vibration in our life now. So this is for you watching my channel. We've managed to find a place of peace in all this chaos, madness, corruption, all this that's going on over here. We've found like the peaceful chimes. If you can imagine that in your mind, just that wind blowing through, and that softly the chimes are just dingling in the breeze. Well, that's where we are. And it could even be behind the fence in Wilson's World that we've got these chimes hanging, because that's our safe place. Sometimes I talk about Wilson's World here, where we hide behind the fence and watch what's going on from a place of protection. And Wilson is off till time. It's a pretty old show. You might need to look it up if you're young. Most of us here have watched it. But I'm definitely getting that we have found that really peaceful place. We have this way now of kind of centering ourselves, getting our thoughts back into the now moment. You know, that's the crucial part of the awakening process as well, is getting your thoughts back on the here and now and not racing away and being overwhelmed and worried about your future. That's not us anymore. We don't do that on this channel and in Terra Bella anymore, where we're finding our happiness. We're just getting on with our life. Gosh, some of you out there are incredible. You've already stocked up on your cans of food, and we're all organized, and we're looking down the track at what we could do and how we could grow specific veggies and what we're going to do. We've got our naughty cars, haven't we, Louise? We're all like making changes in our lives, aren't we? And we're getting really into our cooking. Danielle, you're getting into your cooking, and we're enjoying time with our families. We're doing just normal things, and we've gone back to basics and a simple life, and it's really helped us to heal. And that's what the guides are saying. We've mastered the art of living, and that's a message that I'm definitely getting for you guys out there today, is that we've mastered the art of living. It's like, oh, we get so many things on this channel, don't we? Gosh, we're Maverick, we're in the masterclass of learning spiritually. It's all been happening, but now I'm getting like we're the masters of like living. It's kind of showing me, hang on a minute, they're giving me something. Oh, they're showing me like, oh gosh, it just reminds me, I just went to see that Minion movie the other day with my daughter called The Rise of Gru. Oh, if you haven't seen it, go see it. It's so funny. And they're learning karate, and that's what the guides are giving me, this karate suit. I don't know if anyone's done karate out there. I did it for a little while with my daughter. And they're giving us, because we've found because we've mastered living and how to live in the now, and we've mastered living. This is all you guys watching my channel. We've now got our green belt. So I actually got to my green belt. So did my daughter, and that's as far as we went. You might have gone further if you have done it. I loved karate. It was so good for the mind, body, and soul. But this is what the guides are giving me now. We've achieved our green belt, which is, when you think of green, it's like earth, nature. We could call it like semi-Terra Bella, but it's that green belt that we've all achieved. So the guides are kind of gifting us with our green belt. They usually, when you get your new belt, and you've gone through your test, you get your green belt, and it comes all folded up and it gets handed to you. Well, this is what I'm getting for you guys today watching my channel. You've now earned your green belt, which is the master of learning how to live. Live that simple life in Terra Bella. We're getting gifted with our karate belt today. Oh my God, my God, honestly, at least we laugh on here, don't we? Do have some laughs. So that's what I'm getting today. So please go, if you haven't seen it, go and see. You've got to go and see The Rise of Gru, the Minions. It is just, I haven't even seen the other Minions, and I just laugh my guts out. There's so many laughs in there where they're learning to do karate. Oh God. And if you do watch it, maybe go and do a YouTube clip and watch where they're doing the karate, and it'll just remind you of all of us, because we actually have a laugh and we're getting on with life and we're embracing any new experiences, and we're going back to old experiences and old memories that bring us joy, and we have really changed our lives. And I'm really proud of you guys out there, and that's what the guides are kind of saying too. They're really proud of all of our achievements, and even if you are new to my channel here, they're proud of you too, because you've woken up and you've realized all the stupidity and nonsense and garbage that's been going on, and you'll manage to find a way back to enjoy life again and embrace the beautiful things that we have around us. So that's what we're all getting. We're all getting gifted with our green belt of living, the masters of living. Oh God. Just give me a sec to compose myself, because sometimes this is just, we talk about such serious stuff, but the guides just try to keep things really light, don't they, sometimes? But then I guess sometimes we just need a laugh, don't we? That's why I enjoyed The Rise of Guru so much. It was very funny. Now they're showing me like people are stirring their tea. So whenever I think of tea, I think of like a ritual. It's something that a lot of Asian countries do. You think of China, or gosh, especially like Japan, you think of the tea ritual. It's a huge deal. It's like a form of meditation. So they're kind of showing me this stirring. So it's that stirring of thoughts. It's the stirring of our energy. And the tea ritual is like a release. When you think about the tea ritual, it's an experience and it's an exchange. Usually you sit there and you exchange. Even when people make a pot of tea, here in Australia, it's a common thing on an old farmhouse or something that you have the pot of tea. I know in England and that you're big on that sort of thing too, in these colder countries, but you make your pot of tea and you share a pot of tea or you share a cup of tea. It's one of those, it's a spiritual experience, but it's also an exchange of like an energy. It's an experience where you're in the now moment, and that's why they always talk about the cup of tea is like learning to live in the now. It's something that a lot of these elders and things in Japan and that the tea, that's why they have tea houses and they have tea. It's a real ritual. And that's the example they're giving me today, is that what they're wanting you to do, and this is advice I talked about this week about us staying quite anonymous, but we've also got to enjoy the little tiny things of life. So that's why they're showing me the karate today, but they're also showing me the tea experience and how that is a spiritual ritual. It doesn't matter what your ritual is. Gosh, you might make yourself a fancy cocktail with an umbrella and a pineapple on it. It doesn't matter what your ritual is. But this is just saying, you know, it's that fluid, it's that flow in life, it's the drinks, it's keeping yourself nourished and hydrated. All these things, but this is the spiritual experience of the cup of tea, getting back to, is that ceremony. It's the ceremony of simplicity, and it's a ceremony of conversation and exchange, like the pot of tea. You know, people make the old knitted, I'm seeing visuals of the knitted tea cover, getting back to the kind of vintage shops and the old memories and things of our nan's house maybe, where you put the old crocheted floral knitted tea cozy on, and you have this beautiful experience of listening to the tea pouring in the cup, and you have your fine bone china. Everyone has a different experience. You think of some of those gorgeous Asian teapots and the tiny little cups that they come in. It's this beautiful, simple exchange. And the thing is, what the guides are trying to say to me is it's never rushed. It's something that that slows your life down and that you embrace and you enjoy. And like I said, it's that exchange of the spirituality and then the actual, it's all about the actual experience. It's not about the cup of tea or the drink or the cocktail or whatever you're making. It's about the experience of bringing yourself into that now moment and really enjoying what is like before you. And I'm going to leave you with that today. I think we should all go and make ourselves a beautiful cup of tea and just really smell the tea, enjoy the tea, hear the spoon churning in the teacup. I think this is a tool that we could use more in our daily life. I'm not saying it doesn't have to be an alcoholic beverage. You might like to have a coffee, in your case, Martin, or a beer for some people out there as well. But that's what I'm getting. I think we've got to go and just enjoy those simple things today, because that's also how we manage to stay in that real now moment and enjoy our life in simplicity and stay anonymous. And that's what I'm going to leave you with today. I don't think there's any final closing messages today. Oh, the guides are just saying go green and go hard. But I don't think they mean green as in like climate change green. They mean green as get out and enjoy nature and enjoy your life. That's what they're saying to us. Oh, everything's about climate, isn't it? I'm so overhearing about it. I know you guys are as well. So we'll just go out and sit amongst the trees in our backyards and go bushwalking and camping. For some of you out there, you do your camping, don't you, Chris? Anyway, I'm going to say goodbye from Australia. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody. Take care. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't. And please leave me comments. You know, I love hearing from you. And there's so much happening globally. We'll just see what pans out. All right. Congratulations on your green belt of living. The green belt, the masters of living. Take care, everybody. Have a great day. And I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.